What's going on, guys? Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Adidas X16 Plus Purespeed in the limited edition Confederations Cup 2017 colorway. I didn't misspeak though, this is the X16 Plus Purespeed, not the X17 Plus Purespeed. Don't believe me? Look at the box label. It says X16 Plus, I can't tell you why, but they maintain the Purespeed instead of calling it a Pure Chaos, like the last X16 Plus Pure Chaos generation was named. Anyways, here's a look at the shoe. I'm gonna explain why this might be called the X16 Plus and some differences, not only because of the colorway, but with the overall construction of the shoe, because this isn't like a Pure Chaos and it isn't necessarily like a Purespeed in every single way. There are some minor differences here that I'll point out for you in today's video. We'll talk about those differences. We'll take a closer look at this very good looking colorway. We'll talk a little bit about tech specs as well as how they fit and feel on feet as well. So if you're interested in learning more, stick around and watch the entire video. If you're interested in a pair of these for yourself, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen, or you can click the first link down below in the description. That'll take you to the review page on my website where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $300 retail price. They didn't screw that up, they maintained the $300. Anyways, because it is a limited edition boot from Adidas, it comes in the special all-white drawer style limited collection box, and it also comes with the standard white limited collection bag, but it does not come with the extra insoles that you would normally get with a Pure Chaos or a Purespeed, a 16 Plus or a 17 Plus, and there is perhaps a reason for that. So let's start off with what exactly is different here aside from the colorway. So you'll notice that the upper does have obviously this interesting design that is part of the colorway, but you can see that it does have the kind of perforated look to it, which is obviously taken from the newer X17 Plus Purespeed, but this is an X16 Plus, so I don't really know why that is. It also has the internal tech fit material that is the new X17 Plus variation, and it pretty much has all the X17 Plus stuff that you would normally expect to find. The little added strip going around the back here where you have the sprint frame heel counter. It obviously does maintain the same sprint frame and stud pattern. That didn't change between X17 and X16 generations. So it has the new X17 upper, it has the new X17 tech fit material, but then moving on to the inside, and again, they didn't include the extra insole, and that's because this has a glued-in insole. I don't know why that is, and it's not the regular comfort insole or the regular lightweight insole that they just decided to glue in, even though it would normally be removable. You can see, and I'll try to get some good images of it on the screen, it's actually a flat insole, a flat piece of foam that they cut out to shape, and then glued it on the inside, kind of like what you would do on a lower end shoe, which is really, really unusual. It's not the standard foam you would find in a top end Pure Chaos or a top end Purespeed. Is this detrimental to the fit, feel, and overall performance of the shoe? Absolutely not. You definitely don't notice it, but just know that you're not getting a removable insole on this limited edition variation. For whatever reason, it's kind of unexplainable. I'm still kind of surprised that a company as big as Adidas seems to be so unorganized, because there is a lot of confusion whenever they release new models, when they release the limited stuff. There seems to be mistakes either within the shoe or within the tech specs that they list to the public. So again, I don't have an explanation for this. I'm just pointing out what is different about this version versus the two other variations of the shoe, be it the X16 Plus Pure Chaos or the X17 Plus Purespeed. So everything else, aside from what I just pointed out, the shoe is basically just an X17 Plus Purespeed with an X16 Plus name. So the colorway, it looks awesome. The design obviously matches the Confederations Cup 2017 match ball, which is called the Cassava. It has the white on the top, and then it has this red design going all the way around the rim of the shoe, which just looks really, really cool. It's a nice high quality graphic, but what you will notice, and this is something you don't feel in the pictures or don't see in the pictures, but you notice it in person, is that the graphic part of the shoe is more smooth versus the part that's just solid white, which has a little bit more texture to it. So that does have some variation in terms of the overall touch, but does it make for a difference in terms of overall performance? Not really. It feels pretty much just like a regular X17 Plus Purespeed for the most part. You're going to find the Adidas branding and the X logos, as well as the tech specs list that Adidas likes to put with the tech fit branding and the non-stop grip dots, which obviously are maintained on the upper as well. The actual tech fit collar area is gray, so that seems to be just pretty much recycled from the Launch Dust Storm Pack colorway of the X17 Plus, which is interesting. And then moving on to the sole plate and stud pattern. This is probably the coolest sole plate, or one of the coolest sole plates of 2017. It does come with a warning label letting you know that the finish will wear off over time, but as you guys can see, it is a red chrome, and then they've actually etched out this crackle pattern that matches the Krasava graphic that you're gonna find here on the ball as well as on the upper, and it just looks really, really cool. It reminds me of like Spider-Man or something like that, but it looks awesome. And as far as how quickly this will wear, based on my experience with Adidas wearable sole plates, they don't actually wear all that quickly. It'll chip off over time, but if you play on nicer natural grass fields, honestly, it seems to stay intact pretty nicely. So it's not something that I would be too concerned about in terms of it chipping away after 4 or 5 wears, because that hasn't been my experience with any of them, be it on the Pure Chaos, the Messi 16 Plus Pure Agility, or on the the Pure Control line. So definitely a very cool looking sole plate and just a really good looking shoe in general. I think this is one of the better colorways we've seen of the X generation, be it the Pure Chaos or the Purespeed. I'm a big fan of these, but let me know down below in the comment section, and also leave a little pop-up poll on screen. Do you think this is the best colorway we've ever seen of an X generation boot? I personally think it is, but you can vote yes or no in that poll. So be sure to go ahead and do that so everyone can share their opinion. As far as performance is concerned, if you guys do want to learn more about the X17 Plus Purespeed, because that's basically what this is, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen to my playtest video that I did not too long ago on the Launch colorway. You get to see the shoes in action, and it gives you a really good idea of what the experience is like to actually play in this shoe. For those that are wondering, I think that the X17 Plus Purespeed is my personal favorite shoe from Adidas at the moment. I really, really like the way that it feels. It's comfortable, it offers a nice touch on the ball. It's a unique experience, but it doesn't feel gimmicky like a lot of some, I don't want to say a lot of, but some of the top end models available from Adidas right now, mainly the laceless ones. I'm just not crazy about them, but this is a shoe that I genuinely very much like. And again, it is my personal favorite top end boot from the 4 main lines from Adidas at the moment, if you were wondering at all. As far as tech specs that you should know about this shoe, it does feature a synthetic upper, which is mainly here at the toe. This is solid synthetic versus this lace cover piece, which is part of their Pure Cut system, which is basically that same synthetic, just overlapping what is an internal tech fit material with nylon straps underneath there to attach the laces to the shoe. Because this isn't laceless, it does have a lacing system contrary to popular belief. Because Adidas never shows pictures of the shoe with laces, which is pretty interesting in itself. But when you pull the laces tight, when the shoe is on your feet, the Tech Fit system, which wraps your midfoot, gives you this nice kind of sock-like, really snug wrap around your foot. It has that kind of compression fit type feel. And then it just offers a nice touch. The lace cover doesn't really add much bulk to the shoe at all. Gives you a nice clean touch in terms of consistency of finish on the upper, which is really, really nice. And it just feels good to juggle the ball, to shoot the ball, whatever it may be. It's got a nice clean feel to it overall. You have the non-stop grip dots, your wet control element, which again, a lot of people I think buy way too much into the whole wet control element thing. To me, it's not something that's very noticeable at all. The cut of the shoe, some people consider this to be mid-cut, some people consider it to be low-cut. I think it's a low-cut shoe. That's what it feels like when you're wearing it. This extends a little bit, but it's elasticated, no real rigidity to it. Then you have your S-curve heel taken from the very popular Ultra Boost running shoe, which it's supposed to alleviate pressure on the Achilles tendon, make it more comfortable. It's hard to say that it actually does that because it's just extended and curves away from your actual Achilles heel, but it does feel very comfortable, so I will give them that. No major complaints, even though I'm not crazy about how it looks. The heel liner is awesome. It features a nice synthetic suede with the grip dots at the back. Very, very comfortable. Non-removable insole on this colorway, like we just talked about. And as far as the sole plate and stud pattern is concerned, it's their sprint frame construction and the same FG-AG stud pattern layout you'll find across the entire brand. There'll be variation with the studs, but the actual layout of the stud pattern is the same on pretty much every single line right now. And ultimately, they'll perform very similarly as well, which is pretty good on both natural grass as well as on artificial grass. So if you play on both natural and artificial playing surfaces and you only want to buy one pair of boots, technically the 4 main lines from Adidas are FG-AG, which is definitely very nice. That's enough about tech specs though. Let's take a look at how these things fit and feel on feet. So Getting them on can be a little bit tricky because of the lace cover, not allowing the shoe to have the biggest opening, but this Tech Fit material is actually elasticated, and that is by design, not to be restrictive when you're wearing the shoes, and obviously so you can get them on and off. So putting them on, pretty straightforward. Basically, it just takes a little bit of effort, and you gotta kind of pull your foot in a little bit slowly. One of the hold-up points is one, the opening not being too big, and then two, the heel liner with those grip dots, which are very grippy and surprisingly durable. You'd think that they would kind of rub off after putting them on and taking them off about 10 times, but that does not seem to be the case. So obviously from here, you don't really have access to the lacing system. All you can really do is just pull it from here, which seems to do a pretty good job of tightening the 3 positions that you have underneath that lace cover. So from there, just tie them up, and then it's up to you at this point. You can leave the laces out or tuck them in. I usually tuck them in when I wear these just because it looks a little bit cleaner. It gives the shoe kind of that laceless look, and you just have less bulk in general, although you will have a little bit of a lump wherever the laces are positioned. So I'm just gonna put on the left boot really quickly as well. Again, that non-removable insole on this particular shoe or this colorway, for whatever reason, doesn't really feel different in terms of how the shoe fits on your foot or anything like that. So that's not something that I would be too concerned with if you really, really want this colorway. Just gonna tie these up real quick. I guess I'll just leave that one out so you can see what it looks like. But here is a look at the shoes on feet. And again, I think this is a very cool looking colorway. That's besides the point, because they also feel very good as well. The shoe is very comfortable out of the box. There's not a whole lot to break in here. The Tech Fit material, the elasticated material, wraps your midfoot really nicely. It does have that sock-like sensation to a certain extent. The synthetic that you have in the forefoot is soft, it's comfortable, it's flexible. The shoe itself just feels really, really good. There's not a whole lot to break in here. As far as width is concerned, it's a tighter fitting shoe, but it definitely isn't narrow. A lot of people like to compare the X line to the Mercurials, be it a Vapor or a Superfly, and it's kind of a tough comparison because they really aren't all that similar at all. In terms of the feel or the fit, they're just two entirely different products that are marketed both as speed boots, which is why people want to compare them. But it's a tight fitting shoe that will fit most people. If you have super wide feet, like a lot of thinner, tight-fitting synthetic boots, probably not the best option, but as long as you don't have excessively wide feet, these should fit you quite comfortably. Just keep in mind that you're not gonna get a lot of stretch through the forefoot where you have this stitch transition point, just because that is kind of a non-movable part on the upper. As far as the sizing is concerned, I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible fit. So that is pretty much it, guys, for my review of the 2017 Confederations Cup Adidas X 16 Plus Purespeed. It's a combination of the old one and the new one. But anyways, if you guys are interested in a pair of these for yourself, again, you can click the little eye in the corner of the screen or the first link down below in the description. That'll take you to the review page on my website where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you'll be able to pick these guys up below their normal $300 retail price. If you guys have any questions regarding this shoe, leave them down below in the comments and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.